YouTube, what's up, baby? Back in this thing again for another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie, and today we're going to be talking about the new Wednesday show. All right, so if you guys seen Addams Family before, you know who the character Wednesday is, and now they're having a long time ago they had like this little spin-off series for Wednesday, but I don't think it did too well. But this is like the official, spin-off TV show for Wednesday. And yeah, so, but anyways, if you've been to the channel before, you already know how we do it. We started off with the premise, 3 favorite scenes, the grade, and then we on to the next one, right? So again, we're going to be reviewing the Wednesday show. This is season 1, episode 1, entitled Wednesday's Child is Full of Woe. All right. So for this episode, we start off with Wednesday. She's like walking through the school that she attends, and we see a lot of people just staring at her, looking at her, laughing at her, mocking her, whatever you want to say. So obviously she's an outcast at this school. But we find out that her brother Pugsley goes to the school with her as well. And so she ends up going to her locker. She opens up the door and Pugsley's in there. So obviously he's been bullied. He's been put into her locker, and she's not having that. So she asks Pugsley, what happened, and she ends up touching him, and she gets a vision, and she actually sees what took place, and she knows the bullies that bullied him. So she's like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna go get revenge." And she basically goes to these. There were swimmers. She goes to where the swimmers are. One of the dudes was the guy that like mainly was messing with him. She drops some piranhas into the swimming pool, the school swimming pool, and it ends up biting him. Ends up attacking a certain part of his body. I'll let you figure that out. And then from there we see Morticia and Mr. Addams, and they pick up Wednesday and Pugsley. And they end up telling Wednesday that they're going to be sending her to a school that they used to go to called Nevermore. And this is a school that will basically fit her better, like her personality, just a little bit more better, because it's not a regular type school. Like they have all types of things going on over there. Like we find out that, there's wolves over there. There's vampires over there. There's people that are called like seers or something like that, which to me it looks like a witch almost, or a warlock type stuff. All right, and then there's other things too, like sirens, whatever you want to say. So this is like almost like a Harry Potter school, but even more, even more like type of creatures there. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, they're going to be sending her Nevermore because they feel like it'll fit her needs better. And also, she needs to go to school. She always is trying to escape and do things to get out of it. But, she needs to go to school. So her mom and her dad decide to send her to Nevermore. And then, like, from there, for a brief second, we see this guy, and he gets dropped off to this forest area, and he's chilling out eating. And then we see him get attacked in the woods by some type of like unknown monster or beast. But we don't get to see the beast just yet, but we just know that he gets attacked and gets killed. And so yeah, that'll be something to figure out later on down the line. And then from there we see Wednesday arrive at Nevermore. We find out that Morticia used to be like classmates or just like neighbors to the lady that is the principal at this time. And she ends up welcoming Wednesday in, and Morticia and the principal, I think her name is Miss Weeze. But anyways, they kind of catch up for a second. Of course, Wednesday is bothered by, the principal and just the situation that's going on. But eventually, the principal walks Wednesday to her new dorm, and she has a roommate. Her name is Enend or Enan, Enend or Enan. Yeah, I can't. I don't know. But anyways, it's another female, and she's basically the direct opposite of Wednesday. Like where Wednesday is just per se dull and black and white. Enend or Enan, whatever you want to say, she's colorful and she's like whatever it may be. Now she is an outcast as well because we find out that she is actually a werewolf that is not able to transform completely. So she is somewhat of an outcast as well. But obviously they're gonna be roommates, so they kind of get to know each other a little bit, filling off of each other a little bit. And we end up finding Wednesday ends up telling Enan that Wednesday is actually she's actually allergic to color. So it's not even like that she doesn't want to wear color and this is just who she is. Like she just wants to be dull. Like she literally is allergic to color, so she can't be around color type stuff. And that's crazy. That's a cool little thing to throw in there because, she's always wearing black and white. She's really pale herself and so like no color at all, you know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy that they actually made up some type of thing to go with that. Um so like I said, Wednesday and Enid. I think her name is Enid. Enid. They get to know each other. Um, and Enid kind of tells Wednesday that the school is different. There's vampires, there's werewolves, etc. Um, and then Enid just kind of just shows her around the school. Uh, Wednesday meets Enid's friend. Enid's friend. His name is Ajax. They talk for a quick second. And then we go from there. We see Mr. Adams and Morticia, Pugsley, Lurch, etc. They see Wednesday off. And so everybody gets in the car except for Morticia after they say their goodbyes. And then Morticia's like, look, like, I know you always want to escape. I know, you don't want to do this and everything like that. But believe me, like, this is going to be the school that you need. This is going to be what you were really looking for. You may not know it yet, but this will be what you're looking for. This is what I went to, when I was younger, and it made me to the woman that I am now. You know what I'm saying? And Wednesday's like, no, I don't want to go here, and I'm gonna escape no matter what, and da 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 da, whatever it may be. And Morticia ends up giving her a necklace that has a W on it. So and when you're looking at a regular, it's a W, and then when you flip it around, it's M. Um, but yeah, there's probably gonna be something special with that necklace, especially since it's made out of this type of material that helps people that sees like visions, that gets visions, that helps them to see it more. And obviously, we see that Wednesday has that ability. She has clairvoyance, she has visions, and I'm pretty sure her mom had it as well. Morticia also gives Wednesday a crystal ball so that way they can keep in contact with her through that. Because Wednesday doesn't use like technology, she doesn't use your cell phone, so their way of contacting each other would be over the crystal ball. But anyways, Morticia leaves after that. You can see she's crying, so obviously she was putting on a strong face for her daughter, but when she got in the car, she was crying. Mr. Adams is like, look, it's gonna be okay. This is our little baby, you know what I'm saying? She gonna handle it, you know what I'm saying? So then they leave. They all leave. But before they leave, Mr. Adams, like, thing is underneath the car. Like for some, he's underneath the car in like this little like area, and then like Mr. Adams is like, look, don't worry about our daughter. She's good, and even if not, I got a surprise. So he pulls his lever, it lets thing out of the bottom of the car, and he runs into the school. So obviously, thing will be there with her. Um, And then from there, we see that the cops are investigating where the guy got attacked earlier by that monster or whatever it was. And we come to find out that these killings have been going on for a while, and they haven't got a lead yet. But they know that these things have been going on for a while, so they're trying to solve the mystery. And like I said, it seems like it's some type of beast. And then from there, we go back to Wednesday, and Wednesday basically divided her and Enid's room in half. So half of the room is like colorful and everything like that, and that's Enid's side. And then the other half of the room is just black and white, and just no color at all. And that's going to be Wednesday's side. Um, and then Enid doesn't really take this too well, but right before they're about to get into argument or a fight, however you will want to say it, they meet this lady named Miss Thornhill. Now, Miss Thornhill is played by the original character, the original actor that played Wednesday in the Family Addams movies, right? But anyways, on here she goes by Miss Thornhill, and she ends up talking to Enid and Wednesday, and just basically filling them in about the school and the rules and what's allowed to be and what's not allowed to be. And then she ends up saying like, I'll see you guys around. So I think that she's like a teacher per se or something like that. And then, like I said, after she explains that stuff, she ends up leaving. And then we then see Wednesday in the fencing class. She's like, she took fencing class for one of her classes, her electives. And we see that the thing is still lurking around. He hasn't really made himself present to Wednesday, so she doesn't exactly know that he's there just yet. And then let me not skip. In the fencing class, she goes against a girl named Bianca, and Bianca's like one of the top students or whatever it may be. And so Wednesday goes against her. Wednesday gets a point first, and Bianca gets a point, so it's tied. And then Wednesday tells the teachers like, look, like I want the old form of rules, where in which the winners chosen by drawing blood. So they go at it again, and then Bianca ends up winning. But Wednesday's still good, but Bianca does end up winning. So then we follow Wednesday. She leaves the class. She goes outside, and she almost gets hit by like this gargoyle statue. And there's a guy that comes out of the blue and saves her, and his name is Xavier. And it turns out that they know each other. Like, I guess Xavier was acquainted with Wednesday a long time ago when they were younger, and I guess in a situation and that when they were younger, I guess Wednesday had saved him from a situation. So he's like, look, like I'm just returning the favor type thing. And he's like, I don't even think you remember me or whatever. And then he jogs her memory, and then she remembers and everything like that. So they obviously are going to be friends through the series. So then from there, we see Wednesday gets dropped off at like her shrink at her um, her shrinks, and she doesn't want to divulge in her life and everything like that, but you know the shrink is like, look, like this can be very helpful to you, so like I want you to take it serious. I want to really help you out. And she's done her homework because she's able to know things about Wednesday's past And we can see that these things actually affect her. Like, she doesn't like cry or is like, oh my God, but she just kind of like stunned, like, oh, you know some things, and the things that you're choosing to talk about, these are things that, you know, I've experienced in the past, and it either took a hold on me for the positively or negatively. So the lady has really done her work for that. But she ends up talking to her for a minute, spilling some stuff, whatever, you know, trying to get Wednesday to come out of her shell. And then she asks Wednesday a certain question, and Wednesday ends up telling her like, hey, I gotta use the bathroom. So she goes to use the bathroom, and then she escapes out of the place, just going through the window. And as she escapes, she bumps into a random guy, and she gets a vision, and it shows this guy dying. But she continues to go on about her way. She goes to this coffee shop to get some coffee or whatever, or maybe some supplies. I forgot what it was. And she ends up running into a dude named Tyler, and his coffee machine is broke, so she ends up fixing it for him after they have this little conversation. And then he's like, look, like, since you fixed that, I'll help you out for whatever you need. You said you needed a ride to wherever, I'll take you there myself. So anyways, the shrink ends up looking for Wednesday, can't find her, so she walks outside of the little office, and then the principal's there. So she talks to the principal, tells her what happened, and then the principal is now off to find Wednesday, because she told the principal, Miss Weeze, she told Morticia, since they were friends, you know what I'm saying, she told her that, like, you know, I'll make sure that she stays here, that she doesn't try to escape, and if she does try to escape, she's not gonna go far, I'll get her back for you. So but yeah, so we see that while Wednesday's in the shop, some guys end up picking on her, and she ends up having to fend them off, and she ends up beating up all three of the boys. And as this happens, the principal finds her and comes into the coffee shop, as well as Tyler's dad comes into the shop, and he's a sheriff. So the sheriff overhears the principal saying, oh, Miss Adams, you messed up, and now I got you, and now we're going to go back to the class, whatever it may be, right? Or go back to the school. And then Tyler's father's like, oh, you're Adams? Like, are you talking, I hope you're not like, you know, da-da-da-da, because he knows about her father. And actually in this series, her father actually murdered some people. So he's been looking for Mr. Adams for a while, and he's like, you know, since you're Adams, I'm gonna have my eye on you. So, you know what I'm saying, don't be trying to do nothing to me. Got my eye on you, got. But yeah, so the principal takes her and leaves and goes back to the school. And then as they're going back to the school, we end up seeing the random guy that Wednesday had bumped into when she had the vision of his death. It played out, and so you can see him on the side of the road with his neck snapped. And the principal's like, what happened? Da, 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 da. And he's like, oh, Wednesday's like, oh, he must have got his neck snapped or whatever it may be. And then she's like, just kind of thinking about things because she's having these visions. And obviously, you know, with these visions, she's probably being called to solve this mystery. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, from there, we see this guy named Rowan. This is a guy that Wednesday had met earlier when she went to the nurse office, because she had got that cut when she was doing the fencing class against Bianca. So she went to the nurse's office earlier, and then she got that stuff fixed, and then she ended up meeting Rowan. Now on this scene, we see Rowan, and he uses some power to grab this book that's on the shelf. Like, obviously he has like some type of magic power. He's almost like a warlock type thing. So he grabs the book. We see him open up the book, and we see him open up to a page where there's like a girl standing there, and then like some type of beast or something like that. And so he rips the page out the book, and then from there we see Tyler's dad, and he's looking up on the murders that recently have happened from these attacks that's been going on throughout the town. And then Wednesday ended they end up talking about, how Enid is a wolf, but she can't transform and stuff like that. Um, we end up finding out the time that Wednesday first cried, which is she lost like her pet scorpion, so it got killed, so she ended up crying, and this was like when she was 6. So we can see that she's been null of like any type of feelings, you know what I'm saying, any type of emotions for like a long time, since the last time that she's cried when she was like 6. Um, and she said that she'll never cry again. Um, so Thing ends up going to see Tyler to tell him to call Wednesday, and Wednesday's still asking for Tyler's help to escape, and he says he's still down to help her out. Um, and then there's about to be this carnival, so Wednesday's planning to leave on this day of the carnival, go to the carnival. It'll be a distraction for people, then she'll be able to get out of there, right? So the day of the carnival comes. And so we see that everything is set for, Wednesday to try to escape, but her principal is there as well. So obviously it's going to be harder than she thought. She sees Xavier for a second. They talking, and it seems like Xavier like has a crush on her. But when he sees that Tyler comes up to talk to Wednesday, he ends up like walking away. So obviously he's bothered. Tyler ends up giving the file of Mr. Adams' situation that he's got going on, since he murdered some people. He ends up giving the file to Wednesday, so that way she can just kind of look into it if she wants to. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, those bullies that she had fought earlier come back, and they start chasing her and Tyler. And Wednesday ends up bumping into Rowan as Rowan is on his way to do something. She sees a vision of his death. So instead of just leaving with Tyler so she can escape, she ends up going back to try to help Rowan. And so when she does, he actually ends up turning on her and tries to kill her and says, "I'm a seer and my mom was a seer, and many years ago she drew this picture, whatever it may have been, and it depicted you, and she was telling me that if I ever saw you, I have to kill you because you will destroy Nevermore by going here," and stuff like that, whatever it may be. And she's just like, "No, like, da 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 da." And then all of a sudden, bro, just as soon as he's like kind of about to, get the upper hand on her, this beast comes out of nowhere and it ends up killing him. And we get to see the beast, like the body, we get to see the face and everything like that. And this beast killed the dude. I don't know if he just killed the dude just because, or if he killed the dude because he saw that Wednesday needed help. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But anyways, from there, she ends up going back to her room. She gets a call from her parents asking her, how's everything going? Da 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 da. And with everything going on, the mystery of this beast, the seeing these visions and seeing what is calling for it and what she can do with it. Just the school in general, her new friend Enid. The meeting Xavier again. Wanting to find out what Rowan was talking about, wanting to find out these situation, this father situation where he had Mr. Adams had killed some people. All these things make her want to stay at Nevermore. So she's like, I think I'm gonna have a good time at Nevermore. And that's basically how the first episode ends. My favorite scenes on here would be the piranha scene in the beginning when she releases the piranha on the bullies at her older school, and they take a bite out of crime. You know what I'm saying? My second favorite scene would be Wednesday fighting. Wednesday fighting against Bianca, like when they were in the fencing class. That was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? I thought that both of them had skills and they both got down. Bianca won at the end of the day, but still, like, Wednesday's no joke when it comes down to the fencing. You feel me? My third favorite scene would be the monster attacking Rowan and killing him, bro. Like, because I was interested to see, like, what is this? What's going on? we got to see it. You feel me? We did get to see it. So that'll be 3 of my favorite scenes. The grade for this episode, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. So definitely was good. You know what I'm saying? Definitely watchable. Looking forward to the rest of this season. Hopefully it gets more interesting. And if not, then at least stay at this level and I can deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys saw this episode, let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. Are you guys looking forward to the rest of the season? Would you like a season 2 if you've already seen everything? But yeah, I'm definitely liking this show. I'm digging the show. I think it's going to get better as it goes. And they got the right actor to play Wednesday for sure. And that girl is blowing up, bro. She's been in so many movies like recently, bro. It's crazy. But anyways, yeah, that's about it for this episode. For this movie. For that's about it for this video for the review of Wednesday, season 1, episode 1. All right. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. As always, this is Q's Insight. I'm Callie. Until next time.